This week, Donald Trump became the first former president to be indicted and arrested. But this should come of no surprise to those familiar with recent American history. You see, we've been on a long, painstaking journey to destroy the effectiveness of our presidents. Once called the imperial presidency, those who now occupy the office are all but imperial. The real power has shifted away from the Oval Office to the bureaucracy and the big money interests that control our Congress. No longer is our nation of the people, by the people, and for the people. Let me give you a brief look at what has transpired during the lifetimes of most baby boomers. During his farewell address, President Eisenhower warned the nation to beware of the military-industrial complex. Less than 3 years later, JFK was assassinated in Dallas. Today, most Americans believe organized crime and intelligence assets within the U.S. government conspired to murder the president. 20 years later, another presidency is destroyed. Not by bullets, but by Democrats in the Washington Post. Richard Nixon obstructed justice in the Watergate affair and became the first president forced from office.
Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn in as president at that hour in this office.
Republicans get even. 24 years later, Bill Clinton is impeached for obstructing justice and lying to a federal grand jury.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
21 years later, Donald J. Trump is impeached. A year later, he's impeached again, becoming the first U.S. president to be impeached twice. And now on April 4th, 2023, Trump, the leading opposition candidate to Joe Biden, is arrested. JFK assassination, Nixon resignation, Clinton impeachment, Trump impeachment again, and now arrest. Do you see the 60-year pattern here? Voters are no longer choosing our presidents. Someone else is. Folks, our nation cannot survive if we continue down this path. It's the politics of presidential assassination, no longer by bullets, but through media manipulation and the criminal justice system. Yes, many years have passed since Watergate, but our nation is still being destroyed by this political poison. And who knows what will become of Joe Biden, the oldest U.S. president in history. His son and possibly other family members are under investigation for an alleged pay-to-play scheme involving the Chinese and other foreign business partners. So what do we do to reverse the trend? I have 3 two-word statements for you. The first, term limits. Folks, we need to limit the time members of Congress are allowed to serve. Term limits will go a long way to limit special interest influence. The second is age limits. We need leaders that demonstrate incisive cognitive abilities. And finally, righteous leaders. We need to elect people of faith who exemplify godliness in government and prioritize serving the people over money and mammon. Well, that's it today from the Global Lane. Be sure to follow us on the CBN News and NRB channels, Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, and our broadcast affiliates. And until next time, happy Easter. Be blessed.